Back to the ML Sports Platter, brought to you by Stanley Law Offices and the Al and Angus Pub. I brought on an old friend. He's not old, but he's my guy. We've now known each other for 15 years, dare I say. It's Kevin Rich, the VP of Operations for Beasley Media. Huge sports fan, worked with him in multiple markets as well, and more than anything, proud to call him one of my dearest friends ever. K. Rich, welcome aboard, man.
Mike, great to see you. Always enjoy hopping on. And, we catch up on text and calls and all that, but there's something special about being on the pod.
Well, no doubt. And there's something special with, I was down at your wedding a couple of years ago, just after I lost my mom a couple of weeks after. And then you were just up here for lunch. So we are, as we get older and busier, we're still trying to squeak in those times. You're a busy man, though. We're going to have chaos maybe behind the scenes between both of us, by the way.
As my twins are yelling and the dog's barking downstairs.
Somebody flies by Kevin's head or Cooper's behind, you just deal with it. This is what we do now. The big thing I wanted to bring you on, though, and hey, hat tip here as I lose more hair on the top. Michigan sports deal. This is professional, but it's personal for you, too. You love your Wolverines. Congratulations. Give my people an idea of what I'm talking about here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mike. So Beasley Media Group, we own radio stations and digital all throughout the country. Detroit is one of our big key markets. And wow, talk about an awesome opportunity. We locked down a flagship deal on our stations in Detroit, 94.7 WCSX, which is our classic rock station in Detroit, heritage station in the market. We locked down a flagship deal with the university, with Learfield Michigan Sports Properties, to be the flagship home for Michigan athletics. So what that means, starting this fall, it's a multi-year deal. You'll be able to hear Michigan football. You'll be able to hear men's basketball, hockey, and select women's basketball games, including their entire postseason tournament runs as they happen on both 94.7's WCSX and our sister station 105.1 The Bounce. So yeah, there's not many times you can say like your professional passions and your personal passions align that cohesively, and in this situation they did, and really proud and excited that we can carry those games on our stations in Detroit to 500,000 plus people in Southeast Michigan every week, plus everything we're going to be doing around the games with podcasts and content and coaches interviews and players interviews. And we're really excited about that opportunity.
That's incredible. And we'll go quick hit stuff in sports and I'll let you get back to the chaos. Speaking of Detroit, I mean, the Tigers, if you need to know about how hard baseball is, I mean, listen, Riley Green, top 5 pick, Torkelson, a number 1 pick in back-to-back years. Their catcher, Didi, he's got what? I think he was a first-round pick in the same draft as Torkelson.
Right.
Sometimes they get drafted, they fall away. It's hard to hit. You ride the buses, you do your thing, you're back and forth, and all of a sudden it clicks, and you get a hitting coach, and you try different things. In baseball, sometimes it's not everybody's Mickey Mantle or a Bryce Harper when they come in, or a Joe Mauer is a number 1 pick. You got to be thrilled about these Detroit Tigers right now, and we know they got a pretty darn good ace at the top of the staff too.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm ecstatic. This is really just the momentum continued on from that postseason run last year.
Baltimore didn't do that, by the way. Baltimore hasn't done that.
That's true. And that was what I was going to get to, is the fact that doesn't generally happen in the sport of baseball, which is why it's so important. Like when you get there, you got to win it. So the fact that they took what they did that back part of the season last year, one of the hottest teams in baseball, get into the playoffs, and then, now to come back this year and playing the way they are is fantastic. The pitching's been incredible. You mentioned the ace and Skubal, but of course, bringing Flaherty back. Olsen's been pitching well. Mize has been pitching well. The bullpen, which has been a challenge for the Tigers in all those years that they probably should have won in the you look 07 to 18, that whole stretch, like
Verlander, Scherzer,
how you couldn't win one in that stretch was just unbelievable to any Detroit Tigers fan. But what they're doing with that bullpen, with the pitching, and they're getting clutch hitting. It's been really fun to see so far. It's a long season, as you know, Mike, and injuries can pile up and things can happen at the deadline. But I'm enjoying it every night, sitting back and watching the games when I can.
One of the couple best uniforms in the sport, by the way, with that classic D and the hat. Tremendous stuff. Kevin Rich with us here, Beasley Media. crushing it with the Michigan sports deal. We've gotten the Tigers out of the way. We got the Michigan deal out of the way. Horse racing's next. Heck of a derby, sovereignty, but not running in the Preakness. And I mean, come on, man, the air's out of the balloon for me. I know we were texting about this, but to me, the Triple Crown is where this sport starts and ends. And okay, wobbly, tired legs. Well, he just won the Derby. Duh. Kevin, you can't pull a horse out like this. You can't do it. Like, I don't know what Bill Mott's doing. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. The thing with Bill Mott is he's not doing anything that he typically doesn't do, right? He's typically not the sort of trainer that would bring a horse back, in that short of rest. So it's kind of on brand for Bill Mott from that perspective. But yeah, I mean, give the fans what they want, right? And, there's some stats out there that he is not really that profitable. If you look at the ROI on a horse, bringing him back within 14 days, he's 0 for 4 in stakes races. I think 1 for 4 or 1 for 7 in ungraded stakes doing that. So, you start to wonder, like, is it just staying on brand? That's not what I do. Or is there some of that kind of going on there? But, the bigger question, of course, a lot of people have been throwing around this week is, well, why in today's day and age are we racing horses in 2 weeks? Like, why don't we push the Preakness back and let's change the calendar? And I don't buy it. I'm with you. Like, the truly great horses that have won the Triple Crown, you can't tell me that a Justify, an American Pharaoh, a Seattle Slew, a Secretariat, like, these horses were the best horses in this sport. They had no problem running in 2 weeks and winning the Triple Crown. Secretariat set every course record at the time. The truly great horses can do this. That's why the Triple Crown is just such an incredible feat. If you look at it across any sport, that it can happen. So I'm not one to say, hey, change this up and let's do this and do that. The truly great horses can do this, and it takes nothing away from the horses that don't win the Triple Crown. You have the same horses that essentially maybe you win one of those legs, but they go on, they have a great Breeders' Cup, they have a great career, they make a lot of money, they go and be studs at farms, and their progeny makes, all sorts of historic records and money and all that. Like, you can be a really great horse without winning the Triple Crown, but let's not take away something amazing with this sport that really separates the greatest of all time.
Yeah, because the buildup, the lead-in, I mean, even the California Chrome thing, I never felt for 1 minute that it was really a Triple Crown horse. I saw Chrome win the Preakness in person, but then the lead-up to that, the lead-up that you might have it, we were in the stands for Justify. That day at the Belmont, when we woke up in the morning, the lead-up, the excitement, crazy. And yes, Pharaoh is on the back wall, Secretariat on the back wall, and you and I met Ron Turcotte at Belmont Stakes. If you remember, he was in the wheelchair signing that photo for me. I don't know. It just really hurts. And by the way, still hats off to Pharaoh for not only winning the Triple Crown and then going to Haskell, bringing him to Saratoga, dealing with the schedule and the media and the nonsense, the craziness, but handling things the right way and the caretaking of the animal and racing. People miss that stuff. The anti-horse racing people miss those things behind the scenes. And we know nobody does it like Saratoga, of course. Final thing. Stanley Cup playoffs good enough for you? They delivered. Mikko Rantanen, we're coming off 15 points now in 4 games. Colorado Avalanche, what are they thinking right now?
Mike, there is no sport better. Well, let me put it in this perspective. You're a Sabres guy. I'm a Red Wings guy.
Don't remind me.
So I can sit down as you can and watch and be enthralled every single game of this playoffs. That's how great this Stanley Cup playoffs has been so far and has been. If you look at maybe a casual fan or someone that hasn't watched in a while, you'd look at this bracket and say, wait, like, where are the Sabres? Where's the Red Wings? Where's the Rangers? Where's the Penguins? Where's the Bruins? Like, where's the Blackhawks? Like, this is just how good the sport is right now. You look at these teams that are in it in every game. I mean, the 2 Game 7s we had in round 1 were incredible. The first couple of games here, the second round, have been fantastic. Really, any one of these teams, you can make an argument that could go on and win the cup. It's just been incredible every night to watch it. I'm enthralled. The West Coast games are a little late to try to stay up and watch, but man, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I hate the Leafs, but they are a good story and they're fun to watch. Good chance that a Canadian team maybe wins the cup for the first time since '93. We still have the face of the sport in it with McDavid. The matchups have been insane. And I don't think hockey's ever been better. Bigger, faster, stronger, younger. The teams, now the Utah Mammoth logo's in there. The branding, the way these guys take care of themselves, the superstars, the international competition coming off the Four Nations. Ovechkin's in it as well. Just broke the goal record. I could go on and on here, but I don't have 20 minutes, and neither do you. So we're going to thank Kevin Rich right now for coming on. Brought to you by Stanley Law Offices. Visit them online at stanleylawoffices.com. Your personal injury attorneys in New York and PA, and the Allen Angus Pub. Go grab a best darn Angus burger in town this week at the Allen Angus Pub. Two groups you know very well. Kevin Rich, my man, of course, from Beasley Media, the VP of Operations, Chatting Sports. And again, congrats on that big Michigan deal, and I hope to see you soon. And you're doing great work. It's nice to see your face, and say hi to the family for me.
Hey, will do. Right back at you. Thanks for having me on the pod, Mike.